you don't know or you forgot, my name's Samantha and I have alopecia. So today I'm going to be talking about my microblading story. There's a few things that I wish I knew when I was younger doing research on microblading that I now know. So I figured this might help somebody else out somewhere trying to do some research on microblading. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing that I think you might want to know is, what is microblading exactly? So what microblading is, it's a semi-permanent tattoo on your eyebrows, of course, on your brow bone, that mimics natural hair-like strokes or just mimics the shape of an eyebrow. This is done using a tattoo pen and just to get into the skin. And this is either to enhance whatever you already have for your eyebrows or to literally draw them on like me, because I got them done when I had literally nothing on my face. So that's a little bit about what microblading is. Now there's like two main types, and these two main types are the ones that I have personally done. It's microblading and micro shading, and you're probably wondering like, what's the difference? Like, who cares? Microblading is the literal hair-like strokes to create the eyebrow hairs, while micro shading is kind of like you were going to go fill out your eyebrows. If you were going to get the full eyebrow look rather than just hair-like strokes. Like if you look at my eyebrows, this is all micro shading, but I'll get into that in a minute. And there's a few things that you probably should know before you actually get them done. Most places are not going to do them for you unless you're 18 because it's like a tattoo. But there are a few places that will do it for someone if it's for a medical procedure. So once you first get them done for your very first time, you're going to be asked to come for a touch-up. And that's just to see how your eyebrows healed from the first time that you did it and to see how they can enhance it and fix it for the long run. But after that, you probably will be recommended to go for color boost, which is just self-explanatory, just to boost the color that's in your skin. Because I mean, it is going to change over time because it's in your skin. But you'll also be given specific instructions and things that you have to do once you get them done. And that is to, one, not sweat excessively, not go in direct sunlight, no swimming. Really, if you're planning on going somewhere tropical, don't do your eyebrows, or just don't go to the tropical place. When I got them done, it was always when I knew I wasn't going anywhere, or in like the fall or winter months, so that I knew I wasn't gonna mess up the whole healing process. But you're also gonna be given instructions by whoever your permanent makeup artist is. For me, I had to wash my eyebrows gently with Dial soap and then put on Aquaphor. These places are going to be a little bit different, but for the most part, it's just going to be really, really gentle cleaning. And you're also not going to be allowed to put makeup on the brows or around them while they're healing. And healing will take probably around a week, maybe a little bit more or less, give or take, depends. But you're going to experience some peeling, and when you first get them done, they're going to be really swollen. Also, while your eyebrows are healing, you're going to notice some color changes, and that is normal. So don't be alarmed if you just get them done and you're like, oh no, this is not what I wanted. Because once it heals and your skin calms down and it's not so swollen, I'm sure it will look fabulous if you go to the right person. So a little bit about my story with getting my eyebrows microbladed. When I was younger, when I first got diagnosed, I had no eyebrows, and it didn't faze me because I was a little kid, and honestly when I was a little kid I just played and did whatever, and I didn't really care about my eyebrows or my eyelashes. But when I got older, going into 8th grade, I did have eyebrows, like full nice eyebrows. And I enjoyed doing makeup, and I mean I was older, so I was I saw what my face was like and I was like, I like my eyebrows, you know? But then going into 10th grade, they all were starting to come out again, and I was really struggling. I would try new eyebrow products like all the time. My mom would get so fed up with me because I'd ask her to go to Sephora or go to the drugstore with me and buy me eyebrow products, and she was like, no, you're gonna work with what you have. And I mean I tried, but it was a very hard process, especially I was a figure skater I think I mentioned it before, I'm a figure skater, so I had to do makeup for competitions, and my eyebrows, they shape your face. So I was always trying to make sure that my eyebrows were on point and okay, but at times it was very stressful because I had a really hard time getting a natural shape. They'd either be too big in the front and get too small, they'd be too small in the front, they wouldn't have a good shape. I had so many breakdowns, it's not even funny. You could ask my parents. There's been a few times where I was doing my eyebrows for like 2 hours straight trying to get them right, and I just started crying and I got so frustrated. And that was actually final straw for me, knowing that about maybe getting them done. I was crying to my mom one day. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I'm like so stressed. This is like not how I want to live my life, because I drew them in every single day before school. I rarely went to school without eyebrows on, and I got up so early to do them. It was horrible. And so my mom and my dad, they were talking, and they gave me the option to try microblading. And at this time I was going into my junior year of high school. I was 6, so you start when you're 16. And I was kind of nervous about it because I'm like, it's a tattoo. Like, I know that freaks me out. It's like gonna be, I know it's semi-permanent, but it's gonna last a long time. But I went for it because I knew that it would be beneficial in the long run. But as I said earlier, it's really hard to find a place that will do microblading for you if you're not 18 or above because it's a tattoo. But we found a place. I'm from Massachusetts, so we found a place in Boston that actually allowed it. It was a great experience. I only did microblading, and when I first got them done in September, they were great. I was so excited. I was like flaunting it in school. I'm like, look at my eyebrows, look at this, I don't have to worry about it. But slowly as they healed, they got really light, and it was rough. And then when I went for my second time, I got microblading mostly and a little bit of shading. And oh, I forgot to mention, when you get them done, when you do microblading, I did not like the feeling, but it wasn't horrible. I would describe it as like two rocks grinding against each other, and I don't know why, because no one understands what that means. I just don't describe things well. They put numbing stuff on your eyebrows after they go through it once, and then you're like not gonna feel it. You're fine, and you might just feel like you gotta sneeze, but that's because it's near the nasal area. So I mean it just triggers the sneezing sensation. Really, it was fine. I got them touched like December, and it was great. I loved it for like over a year. For the rest of junior year and most of senior year, I was doing good. But over time, I had to start doing some powder, which didn't really make me the happiest because I was like, I don't really want to have to do that. And then I noticed while doing the powder, the shape was a little funky. I was like, this kind of stinks, you know. But I mean, I was thankful that I at least had a guide, because I literally no guide to do my eyebrows. Harmony's coming upstairs. But then coincidentally, I bumped into a makeup artist in our area who was great, and she helped me and she talked to me about getting them touched up and redone. Her name is Jessie Dillon from Jessie Dillon Beauty. Shout out to you, girl. She's awesome. But when I first met with her, she told me that microblading was not appropriate for my skin, and that is what I wish I knew when I first got them done. And that's what I hope everyone knows. Microblading is not suited for people with oily skin. And I have oily skin, or like combination, but very oily in this area. So what she noticed was that my eyebrows were turning gray. And that was because of how they healed, because it was not appropriate for my skin. So she recommended that I only do micro shading, and that's what I have on my eyebrows now, mostly. She tried to cover it up, and I mean, it's not gonna disappear because it's still on my skin, but the shading really minimizes it, and getting the color boost and just keeping it up, it's fine. So when you get the micro shading done, it's not as bad. It literally just feels like little pricks, little stabbing. But there's literally like no pain, and again, there's numbing. So really, all I'm gonna say is that getting them actually done is no problem. And I actually had no shedding the second time when I went to get them touched up, which was unfortunately like 4 or 5 months later because of quarantine. I got them touched up at the end of June, like a month ago. So these look really good for a month. But I'm so much happier with how they look right now. So shout out to you, Jessie. Thank you for fixing my face, because I feel like these eyebrows really shape my face better and the color is perfect. When I first got them done, my eyebrows were literally bright red and my mom was like, "Are you sure that's okay?" And we're like, "Yeah, it's fine." And now they turned out so much better. Here, I'll zoom in. I'll come closer. This is what they look like. I have a little bit of a glare because of, the sun, but they look awesome. And there's always going to be a little bit of a gray tint, but that's just the shading from the other place. That's never going to actually fully go away. But that's okay. I really don't care. I'm just happy with how they look right now. But really, for you, when you get them done, you're really going to think about 2 things. Did the eyebrows come out how you wanted them? And was all the pain and touch-ups worth it? And for me, the answer is absolutely yes. Honestly, going back, getting them touched up and fixed and everything was totally worth it. And honestly, it just showed me that I need to make sure that I did my research a little bit more. I did get them done with Jessie once I turned 18, literally right after my birthday. So it worked out. But if you are under 18 and you're looking to get them done, please make sure that you do all of your research and find a makeup artist who you trust and talk to them about your concerns, because I didn't know any better when I got mine done, and if I knew that micro shading was going to be more appropriate for me from the get-go, I probably would have gone with it. But it is what it is. It's a learning. It's all about learning, and I'm just here to share that information. And honestly, there are so many more components that I don't even know, because I'm not a permanent makeup artist, but I'm sure you can ask any of those questions to whoever you go to, or you can probably find some more information online. And finally, trust the process. I had to trust the process, and these came out perfectly for me. So if it doesn't work out the first time, there's always someone you can go to or a way to fix it up. And if push comes to shove and nothing works out, you can probably get them removed, but I would not do that. I just deal with it. But I'm gonna leave some information down below just on microblading in general, and I'm gonna leave the website for Jessie Dillon Beauty if you want to get in touch with her if you live in Massachusetts, or I'm sure she could help you if you have any questions anyways. She's awesome. She gets certified like left and right to make sure that she's up to date on everything. And so I really trust her and her opinion. So if you need any information on anything brow related, I would definitely go to her. So shout out to you again. But that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned a little bit more about microblading through my experience and what I wish I knew. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and put on those notifications so that you get one every time I do a new upload. I'm going to make sure I put all the information for microblading and Jessie Dillon down below so that you can use it how you wish. And don't forget, you are you with or without your hair. Bye guys.